Nisha Chowdhury and I'm 11 years old and I'm from IS 204. I would like to introduce and welcome to the stage the Executive Director of City Year New York, Mr. Itai Dinour.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as we honor two of my mentors and role models, Jack Liu and Jill Iskall. I am often asked by friends and colleagues how City Year has been impacted by the stormy economic conditions around us. I could answer that we have not been spared the pain of a drastically different fundraising environment. I could note that, like many of our peers, we're focusing on cost reductions, streamlining, and strengthening our core programs. But even with these things, and even though many are predicting that next year may in fact be even more difficult for our sector, I can't help but let that City Year idealism kick in. So when people ask me how City Year is doing, the only thing that comes to mind is, City Year, how do you feel? That's right. We are because we are living in a new era of service, an era in which in his first 100 days, President Obama signed bipartisan comprehensive legislation that will triple the size of AmeriCorps and allow programs like City Year to scale. We are because New York State has recently become the second state in the union to have a cabinet-level position focused on service. And we're so excited that Susie Stern is able to join us here tonight. We are, I'm going to take them with me wherever I go. Because right here in New York, Mayor Bloomberg has broken the mold with the NYC Service Initiative, redefining how American cities can mobilize their citizens to impact our greatest needs. And finally, we are, because as you've heard tonight, now more than ever, the red jackets are needed. We live in a time when every 26 seconds, a young person drops out of high school. When every 26 seconds, that young person becomes 3 times more likely to end up unemployed, or 8 times more likely to end up incarcerated. In fact, young people today are less likely than their parents to graduate from high school. Yet somehow, we remain fired up because not only does this dropout crisis have a solution, but because we believe City Year and our red-jacketed corps members are a critical part of the answer. Working with leading researchers from Johns Hopkins University, we are adapting and improving our program to allow us to invest in the crucial factors that lead to dropouts: poor attendance, disruptive behavior, and course failure. So yes, this is an exciting time for City Year and an exciting time for national service. But even more exciting is what this all means for the students we serve. Allow me to share with you one story. I'd like you to meet Yasira Gowdy. She's a 3rd grader at PS 48 in the Hunts Point section of the South Bronx. You see her right there. As a 9-year-old, the statistics are stacked against her. The majority of her class is reading below grade level. The teenage pregnancy rate and the juvenile crime rate in her neighborhood are twice the city average. And given the recent lack of success of her peers, she has a 55% chance of dropping out of high school. But there's good news, because thanks to a community-wide effort, including the great, amazing staff at PS 48, The Point, and the Hunts Point Alliance for Children, City Year, some folks of whom are in the room tonight, City Year has been working with Yasira for 3 years. On a daily basis, the PS 48 team, the Alcoa-sponsored PS 48 team, is in her classroom improving her literacy skills and getting her to fall in love with reading. In the afternoon, they are helping her to do her homework and helping her to serve her community. All day long, the incredible corps members are serving as role models for how young people can become leaders. And in fact, this year, Yasira is becoming a leader in her own right as an amazing star on the City Year-led step dance team. Our commitment to Yasira does not end when she leaves PS48, because we hope she will have the chance to grow up with City Year. And we intend to follow her to MS424, the Hunts Point Middle School under Dr. John Hughes' leadership, and hopefully one day to high school. In short, we're making sure that Yasira is never a statistic, making sure that we can do whatever we can to provide her with the support she needs to take that first major step on the road to success, a high school diploma. And who knows, maybe Yasira will grow up and become the second Supreme Court nominee from the South Bronx. And this is where our work connects to all that I've been talking about, because unfortunately, we know that Yasira is not unique. We know that there are thousands like her throughout New York City and millions throughout the country. But because of President Obama, Governor Patterson, and Mayor Bloomberg, now is the time to take City Year to a new level. Now is the time for all of us in this room and all of us throughout this city to rise to the challenge and ensure that we have the resources we need to multiply the number of children we get to serve. This is what City Year is all about, tapping into people's desire to be a part of something greater than themselves and to tackle our nation's biggest social problems. Together, we can reverse this dropout crisis, and together, we can make sure that all children get the education that they deserve. We know that we can only have such audacious plans because of the individuals that are willing to lead us as we build this cathedral. And this is why we have decided tonight to honor Jill and Jack. Jill and Jack, you have laid the foundation for City Year New York, an organization that is ready to lead the charge during this new era of service. But on a personal note, the last 7 years have been incredible working with the both of you. Your passion, dedication, counsel, and humility have been daily sources of inspiration, and I'm grateful that I have you both in my life. Thank you for your service. As many of you know, Jill and Jack recently stepped down as the founding co-chairs of our board after many years. As we enter this new era of service, I'm excited to announce that the New York board is now going to be led by a devoted, fearless, experienced leader, one that I'm excited to call boss on a daily basis. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce to you for the first time our board chair, Stephanie Mudick.